Hello friends, Tony here, welcome. So on the previous video I worked with this Shield plugin from Filament and I had some comments, and one of them said how we can use this with multiple panels and how we can assign a role when the user created, because right now if we install this package, it's going to assign a new role to the user when the user is created, but how we can change that role, and I'm going to create a video about that. So let's start by creating a fresh Laravel project. I'm going to name it Shield, and I'm going to choose Breeze, Alpine, and just create the project. Okay. Next, I'm going to install the Filament, and I'm going to create a new panel, because when we copy this command and we run on the terminal, this will create and register a new Laravel service provider called admin panel provider. So it's going to create the admin panel provider, and we need also one more or multiple, how many we want, but for now I'm going to create 2 of them. So let me just wait for the application to be created. I'm going to choose SQLite here. Okay, now I'm going to cd the Shield, and then let's go and install the Filament. What is the ID? I'm going to leave it admin. Okay, and now let's create a new panel. So right here I'm going to go to configuration, and yeah, the default admin panel. When you run Filament install, a new file is created in app providers Filament, and the name is admin panel provider. Now let's create a new one by running this command, and for example I'm going to name it a block here. Okay, you can change the path and so on, but now what I'm going to do, I'm going to install this plugin, paste it here. Okay, next we need to go to user and add this as a roles trait. So let's open this with a VS Code, and I'm going to open the user model, and I'm going to scroll up and add here also the has roles, and then let's see, yeah, also copy this to publish the config file. Next we need to register, so register the plugin for the Filament panels you want, so multiple panels, and let me just copy this, come here and open the admin panel first, and I'm going to paste it. Let's save, close, and let's open the block panel provider, and also the same thing, save, close, and now we need to run the PHP Artisan Shield install. Let's copy that. Let's save also this user. Oh, before that, we have here, so if you want to enable Shield for more than one panel, then you need to register the plugin for each panel. Okay, then we have the panel access. Shield comes with the has panel Shield trait, and we need to copy that and add it also that one on the users, and we need to say implements Filament user. Okay, so implements Filament user, and let's save this. Okay, so the has panel Shield trait provides an implementation for the can access panel method, determining access based on whether the user processes the super admin role or the panel user role. So it also assigns the panel user role to the user upon creation and removes it upon deletion. When the user is created, this panel user role is assigned, and when it's going to delete, is going to remove that. And we're going to see that. So now I'm going to say, let's save that and let's run the Shield install. First, let's save the user. Okay, now let's paste this one. Hit enter. Create a Filament user with super admin role, and I'm going to name it admin. Let's name it admin example.com. Password, I'm going to add a password string. Okay, now let's clean this. And I'm going to open the Shield. Here is the Shield project. Here I have opened also the Firefox. Also here on Firefox I'm going to open the Shield, and here I'm going to log in as admin example. Now if we navigate to admin, yeah, we can visit this. If I come here and register using a fake filler, let's say okay. If I go to admin, yeah, we can visit also this one, because as we saw here, the has panel shield trait, it also assigns the panel user role to the user upon creation. So first it's going to create this panel user role, and then it's going to assign the user when the user is created, and then it's going to check. So if I open the has panel shield on boot has panel shield, is going to check if utils his panel user role is enabled. So let's open the config file, the shield filament shield config file. So it's going to check if this panel user enabled is true. Here first it's going to create that, so create panel user role. Then it's going to call the static created, passing a function, and here passing the user, and say user assign role this panel user role, and on deleting is going to say remove role panel user role. And also we have the can access panel here, and it's going to check, it's going to return true if this has a role super admin or panel user. Okay, good. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create this can access panel in the user model, and also let me just go to Laravel, and here we have observers. Now I'm going to create a user observer, or we can use a closure, and here we have an example. So let's do that. Let's copy and use the closure. I prefer to use observers to create a class, but because we are going to work only with created and deleted, let's work with the closure here. I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to say public static function booted, and here I'm going to check. Let's go to filament shield, and first I'm going to change this panel user to false. I don't want this to be applied to any user. Okay, I want the admin panel to be accessed only if the user has the super admin role. And because we have also the block panel, so if I open the block panel, yeah, here we have a block panel. The block panel, I want to access only the user who has the, and I'm going to change this to be block now. Block user enabled is going to be true, and here the name is going to be block user. Okay, now we have added one more role, and I'm going to change something here. So on booted, first I'm going to check if the same thing we have here. So if here we have utils is panel user role enabled, and if we see here, this is going to return the config filament shield panel user enabled, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to check if the config filament shield panel, not panel user, but blog user enabled is true. Then I want first, we need to create the role, and then we need to assign that role. So if I see the create panel, this is going to check if that is enabled. If that is enabled, it's going to say filament shield create role, and let's copy this, paste it here, we need to import this class from the Filament Shield and create the role. And the name of the role is going to be, I'm going to use the config here because we don't have method, and block user name because we need to get the name here. And we can add also a default one to be block user. So this Filament Shield is going to create the role with this name. And then so let's move this up. On the static created, and I want to assign this role to the user. So $assign user, assign a role, this block user, and then on the static deleting, I'm going to remove that role. Okay, now let's save and let's come here. I'm going to run the fresh artisan command. Okay, now let's run the shield install. I'm going to use fresh here, and now the test example has the super admin role. So if I come here and refresh, we need to log in with a test example, and yeah, this has the super admin, can visit the roles and so on. And as you can see, we have blog user here. The blog user is created. We can navigate the admin, of course. Yeah, good. Let's see if I go here, and first we need to register with a new user. If I navigate the admin, yeah, we have 403, but if I navigate the blog, we have also here 403. Now I'm going to create a resource for the user. So let's go here and copy the command, paste it, change this to a user. And which panel would you like to create this in? I'm going to create an in admin, and also let's create one for we need to create also the post model. So let me just say artisan make model post, and I want also the migration. Good. Now let's create the resource for the post, and resource for the post is going to be on blog. Okay, and let's open now the user resource. We're going to go to schema here and just leave the AI. So we have a name, which just is going to be required here, and the email is going to be unique. Ignore record to be true. Okay, for the columns, I'm going to add the name and the email. Okay, let's open now the post resource. And here add the title and the content, not tags. Add also columns here, the title and the content. Let's open the post migration and add the title here and the content. Let's open the post model, and here let's add the title and the content fillable. I think we are okay. Now if I run the artisan migrate, good. Let's see if I come here and refresh, we have users, and we have this test example which has that role. So we need also to, let me just go and see, scroll down to assign roles to the user. And yeah, let's copy this, go to user resource and on form, paste that in. Now if I come here and refresh, yeah, this user, test example.com, has the super admin role. This one has the blog user. Good. If I go here, we have forbidden to access the blog. Now I want the user who has the blog role, blog user role, I want to have access to this panel, and to the admin is going to have access only the user who has the super admin role. How we can change that? Let's see. I'm going to override so let's say public function can access panel, which accept the panel, and it's going to return boolean. Now let me just remove this. Okay, now if I go to has panel shield, this has this can access panel, which is going to return if this has a role super admin or panel user. But because the panel user I changed that to false, only the super admin is going to be created and is going to be assigned to the user. But we created a new role, which is this blog. So I'm going to change the way here. So let's say if this has the role super admin or has the role not panel user but blog user. If I change that, the blog user, save, and let's see, refresh, now we have access the blog, but of course we have access also to the admin, and I don't want that. I want only the admin user to have access to admin panel, and the user who has this blog user to have access the blog panel. Okay, how we can do that? We can check here. If $panel, and I'm going to say get ID, we have this method which is going to return the ID of the panel, and if that is triple equal to admin, then I'm going to return this has a role super admin, or we can use that the same thing we have here. So use this utils get super admin name. So let's paste that in, and let's import the utils from Filament Shield. Else, if the panel ID is triple equal with blog, let's remove this one. So else I'm going to return false. Now if that is with blog, I'm going to check if return if this has a role blog user name, okay, which is this blog user. Now let's see. If I come here and refresh, because we are on blog, we can access because this user has a role blog. But if I navigate to admin, we have 403. If I come here and refresh, this admin has access to the admin panel, but if I go to blog, we have 403, and we can change that if it has the admin role or the blog user role. Now if I save and let's see, yeah, we can access also the blog, and we can access the admin, of course. So if I come here and let's go to blog, I'm going to log out, sign out, and I'm going to register with a new user immediately. So if I go to users, we have this user. Now this user has the blog user role assigned, which means can access the block panel. Okay friends, that's it, what I wanted to show you, how to use this plugin on different panel, and also create and assign a new role when the user is created. Now, if you like such videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, share with your friends, and see you in the next one. All the best. Thank you very much.